got a big argument, and after that, I was like, let's do this, man. Let's just swear to God, let's just do this. Give me 1 month, and I will turn this business around. And for 11 months, I broke records.
Athletes, entrepreneurs, and those who've embraced the necessary change for the better. They've endured, discovered, rebuilt. But what about you? Are you waiting for life? Or is life waiting for you? This is the Come Up.
What's up, guys? Octavio here with the Come Up, and I have a friend, but honestly, he's a family member, one of the funniest guys I know, and probably the most honest person. Straightforward dude you'll ever meet, Mr. Silva.
Dude, all of that is true. All of that is true. I think I am one of the funniest people that people have ever met as well. So I'm super glad that you emphasize that, because I think about that a lot.
Dude, it's about laughing and having a good time, right? And
hilarious.
I think you are a funny guy.
I love it. This is a good beginning. I welcome the opportunity to talk about myself more.
Of course, and that's what...
Let's do this.
All right, so let's talk about what the Come Up is all about. And we were having a great conversation beforehand, just saying, what focus and, crushing life is all about.
Yeah.
And for me, since I've met you, I always, dude, this guy crushes at life. You got the family, you got the businesses, but most of all, you have that close network of friends.
Right.
And that's what we're all about, right?
Right.
And, it's an honor just to be part of that. So thank you. But let's talk about, you weren't always crushing it, and the Come Up. Let's talk about that. How you just changed it up.
Let's just go back. I'm not going to give you my life story, because I think those things kind of get boring, because it's like, oh, you didn't have and you had and now you're successful. So let's just go back to like 5 years ago. 5 years ago, I was successful. I had a multi-million-dollar company, successful-ish, right? Like I had a multi-million-dollar company. I had a partner. Things were going okay. Happiness level, mediocre. Traveling a lot to events I didn't want to go to, hanging out with people I didn't really want to hang out with, but it was, it's the network, it's the business. Like, oh, I got to do this. Thought I had to do it, and that's just the world I lived in at that moment. I was like, yeah, I just got to go to events, got to go drink at the bar all day, got to go upstairs, go to sleep, not see the light of day of whatever place you're going to, whatever city, you're just in the hotel bar, dick measuring yourself with other people that are like, how much money did you make this month? How much money did you make? Or having like fear that like you were doing a new marketing strategy and you were making money this way, I have to try it, and not having any kind of like real goals, real mission, real vision, just kind of working to make more money so I could have more money, right? Long story short, that partnership didn't work out. I wasn't really into it. He wasn't really into it. We went our separate ways. The breakup wasn't sweet. We basically, I gave him all of the assets. It was one of the situations where he thought he had built it all. I thought I had built it all. And I said to myself, you know what? I'm going to start everything from scratch. And if I can't make it, then I don't deserve anything. And if I can, I will always remind myself that I handed everything over to this dude, so hopefully he does something with it. And I started from scratch. And I basically went over... And I had an office. I had to fire everyone from my office, and I started working from my upstairs in my house again. And basically, two dudes that I fired, who are now two of my best friends in the world, and my CMO and my COO, just kept showing up to my house. And they were like, "What's up, dude? We brought our computers. I don't know what you want to do next. Well, let's just do it." I was like, "I can't pay you. Like, I can't physically. Like, I don't even have technically at this point, I don't even have a job. I don't know what I'm going to do." And they're like, "No, it's cool. You'll figure it out." And they were super supportive about it. My wife was like, "Oh, you'll figure something out." And I was like, "Why are all these people saying this? What am I going to do? I'm not going to figure it out.
Freaking out.
I'm not going to figure this out. I am casually depressed. Like, I wasn't like full level depressed, but I was like not into anything, man. I didn't know what I wanted to do. Long story short, I went over to, I have a lot of network in the business that I was in, and so I asked a friend, I was like, "Yeah, let me speak at your event." And he was like, all right. And I went and I spoke at his event on e-commerce and stuff like that. It was a great speech. And people started coming up to me like, hey, do you do consulting? And I was like, yeah, as of like this moment, I actually have a consulting company. And I started a consulting company. And, you know, that has grown. I've now worked with more health and fitness influencers. And I build out my own companies. Because of the demand of that, we relaunched the consulting company, and we have a full service division that does services and coaching and consulting. And everything has completely turned around. We went from literally nothing. I mean, I could not tell you what is like nothing is like 2 dudes working for me for free in my upstairs, me not knowing how I was going to continue to pay for that upstairs after a few months because I had money saved up, right? But that's really all I had. And now, you know, we just put a letter of intent in a new office. It's all custom. We got like 20 employees. You know, we do about 8 figures in business. And everything is crushing, right? And it's amazing. I'm blessed. I'm super happy. I'm grateful. Like my business partners are my best friends in the world. You know, I have other businesses that I have with those business partners, best friends in the world. My family life is amazing. I'm in great shape. I'm super funny, and you know everything is awesome. So, but it wasn't always like that, man.
But, all right, so, you know, we call this the come up, right? So the whole point is, at that point, right? So you had all these people, and I know those 2 guys knocking on your door every morning, and they're shady, shady, lovely people. All I'm saying is the pressure of having 2 complete strangers, right, that worked for you, rely and trust you blindly, that you would figure it out, baffles my mind.
We weren't even best friends at the time.
Right, these guys just worked for you.
You just trusted me. I was like, what are you trusting me for? At that point, I was like, dude, I don't believe in my fucking self. Why do you believe in me?
So where's the change? That's where I want to, like, where does it come from? Where does that come from? Where does everything?
So, you know, once I started to get traction again, I actually made another mistake. I mean, I make a lot of mistakes, but out of all the mistakes that happen, you just keep learning, right? So I was insecure in starting that consulting business. So I partnered with a dude that was friends with me. And I knew, like deep down in my heart of hearts, I knew I was like, I'm going to partner with this dude for a little because I just don't want to be alone. And like I said, those 2 guys, those 2 guys that are my best friends, they weren't my best friends. They were kind of like employees, people that came in. And I knew this guy longer, so I was like, I'll partner with you. I didn't say it because I don't want to be alone, but that's really what I did, right? And we built a decent-sized consulting business where everything shifted to dramatic change. Was he was an executive in a former business, like, and I'm not college educated. I left school. Like at the end of the day, like I joke around and I'm like, we're just a bunch of ragtag fuckboys that figured things out, right? But like it's kind of true, right? So as I was insecure and all that kind of stuff, I gave him the reins, and I was like, you know, I kind of was CEOing it, and I took the business to 7 figures quickly. And he was like, "Hey, man, I'm a former executive. Like,
let me handle it.
I got this, man." And I was like, "You know what? You probably do. Like, I don't want to make this mistake again. You got it, champ." And the next month, I'm not even exaggerating, 30 days later, we were having our most profitable days. We almost had to shut down. The business. And the first thing he said to me, he's like, "We got to make some cuts." And I was like, "Yeah, we do." And he's like, "Yeah, so your two homies, they got to go." And I was like, "Oh, bro, that's not going to work." And he's like, "Nah, it's going to have to work." I was like, "Listen, we can just do it like this. We can just shut this down." Because, like, I'm not, those guys are ride or die with me. That's family now. Right. Like, at that point,
they proved themselves.
Yeah, I was like, I could never do that, bro. I was like, if I got to pay it out of my own pocket for them to show up or not even show up and just get money, that's going to happen. And he was, got a big argument. And after that, I was like, let's do this, man. Let's just, swear to God, let's just do this. Give me 1 month and I will turn this business around. And for 11 months, I broke records. For 11 more months, I broke records. And then month 12, him and another dude were like, "Yo, let us give it a shot again." Surprise, surprise, this didn't work out. And then I took it back and it kept growing. And then I was like, holy shit, I think it's me. Right. And I started to finally be like, dude, I think I'm really good at this. and not just like the marketing, but the leadership, the management, the understanding. Like, I think I should just do this more alone, and then, some stuff happened, bought them out. Everything's positive. And again, kind of getting high, and then you kind of get low again, because inviting people out, it's not free. It's really expensive. And we, the cash flow in one of those businesses was going down tremendously. So I had to get resilient again. But at this time, I had some swagger. And I was like, dude, I think we got this shit. And in record-breaking time, we literally started like 3 new businesses that are already doing 7 figures, plus our other stuff. And like we were an 8-figure business before, and then it went down to like low 7s, and we were like, oh, I don't know, it's starting to become this payroll thing again, plus the buyouts, plus this, plus that. I was like, nah, man, we're gonna do this, and we just skyrocketed within a year. This thing again has blown up, but now it's a massive proportion. We're on track to do multiple 8 figures next year, and consistent, dude, just smashing. But like, and now I'm at a point where my confidence is still at an 85%, because I know the things that I need to do as a human being that I was even talking to you about that are just going to get me at like max level swagger is what I call it, right? Like, I know that I'm like, oof, bro,
I just need to make this
tweet right now. And then I'm like, if I get that right,
it's over.
I'm just a physical problem to be around, like when it comes to crushing this stuff, right? And I'm trying to get there, dude. I'm trying to get there. Not so much on a like, I don't need more money. Or like, it's not like I want to get there so I can make more money. I want to make massive impact with the things personally that I enjoy. I love being at work. I think people should do shit they love, because you spend 30% of your time sleeping. You spend probably real talk 60% of your life at work, and then you spend probably 10%, some people max 20%, some like real tight dudes 30% of their time with family and spending time alone, right? So I was like, if the majority of my life is going to be working, I'm going to fucking work with my best friends, and I'm going to do stuff that I love, and I've done only that. And that's a huge part of my mission. And I also believe, like, if I build a culture of like giving a lot of money, like really paying my guys extremely well, and growing that, they're going to take their job and love of that serious, all the products and services that we are going to do. It'll create this cascading effect of greatness, right? And I don't think I'm going to impact the world, but I think the little things that I can create will make a world impact.
Well, dude, I can attest for that, right? So I saw you and your crew in San Diego at Find and Flip?
Scale and
Escape Summit, and your whole squad. You rolled in deep there, and all those guys are solid. Funny, not as funny as you, but they're some are funnier than others. But they all live and die culture, right? Mm-hmm. You guys are one. You guys could all have each other's back at any point in time, and any of them show, right?
Fucking Voltron.
Yeah, it's Voltron. It's definitely Voltron. But the other thing is, man, family for you. For you, it's all about family, culture, and how we use our network to become better and keep each other accountable, right? Mm-hmm. So on a personal note, I know I do that with you. I was like, hey, man, I need some help with this. And you're like, okay, this is what we're going to do. And if you don't do it, it's going to be your ass. Mm-hmm. You have somebody. Well, we both have somebody.
It's the same dude.
It's the same dude. So shout out to Mr. Kent. He knows where he is. But the reality is, that's what it's all about. Keeping each other accountable to become better, right?
Yeah. Well, dude, you know what? I don't have like the family thing. It's crazy because like you would only know this if you know me. But my personal family thinks I'm like super isolated and cold, and like what I call my real family, which is like all my close friends and stuff like that. They know I'm empathetic as shit and like the most heartwarming, like loving, over-giving human being that there is. I just don't have a personal close relationship with my other family, mostly because they're a little weird and they're always fighting, and that energy is negative. And I'm not to sound too woke, but I'm kind of like a energy dude. Like if the energy's off, I can just see all these things are going to go bad. And if you call me to talk bad about a sister or this or that, I'm like, bro, I'm out. I can't live this life, man. And that's just how it is, so it ended up being that way. But dude, like my family is you, it's Malby, it's Rosen, it's this jerk over here videoing, it's freaking Kent, Steve Weatherford. Like, those are people that are my brothers in arms. Like, I would do anything for these people, for their families and anything like that. Because to me, family is something you prove. It's not just
Colby's
blood.
going to be pissed. Colby's going to be pissed.
You know what? God, I want to say something funny, but I feel like, I just fucked up on that. Love you, Colby.
Dude, Kent did the same thing.
No, God. We might have to chop this. It starts with Justin Colby. And then it trickles down.
No, man. But, dude, it's the same. Like, so we met in Coachella officially because we've only talked on the phone a couple of times through Kent. And then Coachella, we just hit it off. And it's not that we were having a blast around. We're just talking. We're just talking and throwing ideas out there, what's going on, and the generosity. All right. So I talked to you about recovery through repetition, and immediately you were like, I'm in. Whatever you need, I got you. And our network did the same thing. It's like, dude, whatever, we got you. And the purpose is, it's far bigger than ourselves. We all know that. But I love that, Malaby Rose and all these guys immediately jumped in too. Like, everybody's in. We're good. And we're ride or die. Mm-hmm. But I think a big piece that I wanted to ask you is, dude, so you're the marketing guru, you're the social media guy, 100-something thousand followers.
Please follow me on Instagram at Los Hustle, because we really need all the support we can get out.
We always do. So definitely get them. Follow this guy. He has some funny stuff happening. You did that spin kick. That was actually pretty funny. Right? In slides?
Yo.
That was impressive. In slides. I don't know how many takes you took, but...
No, that was the second take. The first one I did it, but something... Oh, no, the first one I kicked Roddy. Yeah. Vodka just shot up. I apologize for that.
It's okay. He's cool with that,
Yeah.
But no, dude, it's about... Let's talk about today being an entrepreneur. All right, so you're crushing. You have businesses going 8 figures, but everybody thinks, and here's my glitch, right? Everybody thinks you start your own business, life is good.
It's the opposite.
It gets worse.
Yeah.
And I don't think people understand that. Like payroll. Let's start off with payroll, right?
I think of it every day, and it only gets bigger, not smaller.
Never. It never goes down. Like you're making cuts. No, we're not.
No, I'm adding people on. And
people ask for raises,
and I don't pay poorly, like I go out of my way. Like my goal is for a lot of people to make a lot of money in my business, so I got to make a lot of money. If I was running this like a lot of other people, I would have more money, but I'm a giver, like to certain people. If I love you,
if you're not on my list, you're not on my list.
If you're not in my bucket, then you can get out. I don't have a middle. I'm a aggressive, super addicted to being addicted kind of person, and that just means anything I do is a godly amount of intense, which is good, but it's also bad. It's why I think it's a big entrepreneurial thing, right? Like anything I do, if I work out, it's too intense. If I freaking drink, it's all the way, or I just don't drink. If I freaking start a business, it's like, nope, I'm gonna die here, or this business is gonna grow. I think you have to have a safer kind of mentality than some, like you're the same as me, Kent's the same way. But I think you need that kind of stuff to be able to be an entrepreneur, because if not, you're just going to get tramped by people like me, because those guys are the ones winning. And I don't mean like you have to be obsessive. No, you know what I do?
No, you do.
I think you do have to be obsessive. There comes a time and place for things. And as an entrepreneur, I was telling this to the guys, because I write out all these notes. I listen to a lot of books and stuff, and I send it out to our team. And I was like, right now we're scaling, and our focus is extreme growth, obscene amounts of growth is what I'm looking to create in everyone, expansion, always in always, right? And with growth comes chaos, and we need to be prepared for that season of our life, which is chaos. And it's okay to be chaotic right now, because we are in a season of growth. We will then have a season of control, and with control comes comfort. But you have to keep that seasonally, because too much comfort can create a sliding path of going down. So you've got to use the control to create comfort and systems, and then get back into the season of chaos.
What you call chaos I call aggressiveness, right?
Yeah.
Right? And a lot of people love disorder. So there's a lot of people that don't handle
I
stress.
thrive on it.
Some people, and that's what I was going to say. Some people love chaos, right? I thrive in chaos.
I need all the smoke, bro. I need all the issues.
I need it. I love it. I can't stand bad energy.
No.
Right?
But I like to prove myself because you're an extremely aggressive guy.
Dude, so...
you need, like, oh, I got this, man. Don't worry about it. Back up.
Yeah, back up. Don't worry about it. I live for this shit.
Yeah.
Right?
I live for things that scare people.
And now, and Kent defines it to perfection. If it doesn't scare you, it ain't worth doing, right?
Yeah.
Especially in business, right? So I think we're always those unnecessary risk takers, but you just never roll snake eyes, It's just, and if you do roll snake eyes, I'm going to take that next roll, right? Just double down. I got this.
Yeah.
It's not the gambling mentality. It's more like, I refuse
to
gamble,
lose, which is nuts.
I don't
gamble at all.
I don't like it at all.
I have no interest in it. But we buy millions of dollars in media a month, which is a full gamble.
Full blown.
A lot of times media buying is gambling, but like that doesn't interest me because the reward's not big enough.
So talk to me about the media mentality, right? What's today's biggest errors? Because a lot of people are like, "Oh, dude, it's all Facebook." And today I heard you tell us something like Facebook that's not where it's at, or.
It's where it's where all eyeballs are, man. I think that if you want to do anything in business, dude, if you want to get a better job, I don't care. If you're not an entrepreneur, you just want to get a better job. You want to be a personal trainer and you want to get to work at one of your facilities or get paid more money, or you want to be a better secretary, man, you need to have a personal brand because everyone values you as that. Like, we just had a big meeting with a big company. The first thing they did was give me their business cards, and they're like, "You have a business card?" I was like, just look at my Instagram. Like, I don't have a business card.
No, dude, that's 1972.
Yeah, and that's where the world lives, man. The world lives in those eyeballs, right? And it's Instagram, it's Facebook, it's YouTube, it's for some people Snapchat. Man, like some people are getting started on this thing called TikTok. It's just you got to go where those things are, and you got to become a media platform because now we live in a great age of the fact that like you can build this personal brand, and if something went down today, some crazy thing happened, and now I lost it all, and I had my social media accounts, I could build a 7-figure business within a few months because it's so big. Like for me, it's not that big. I know there's a lot of bigger people, but it's big enough on like my social currency is so valuable that when I say, hey, I'm going to do this now, boom, I can get partners, I can get money if I need it, I could get clients, like I got this, right? Because I built that social equity.
In a business sense, translate that to normal people that don't understand that, right?
The easiest way to say it is whatever people are doing, there's a lot of different ways to build business, but really businesses now that stand the test of time, stand economic crises, which we will have one soon, are businesses that have brand equity and brand recognition. And a lot of times brands now are being leveraged or they're trying to be built by leveraging a human on the face, because people buy people now more than ever in the whole planet. People buy people. People buy, if it's a dog company, people buy a particular dog that has 1 million people as a follower on Instagram. Like, people are voyeuristic more than ever. People want to watch people. People want to engage with people. People want to live through other people. And so it's the time right now, if you are doing any kind of business, I don't care what it is, to be focused on bringing people in to support your brand or being the face of it.
Not only that, it affects your evaluations now too.
Yeah.
Like how many people are following you.
It's social currency, man.
That blows my mind because that's, the last 10 years?
Yeah. Yeah.
Before, it was just like, all right, how much are you making? How much are you selling?
Well, now they
do a 10X, and now it's like, no.
Well, it's another traffic source, and companies get valued more if they have more traffic sources. And if I have a huge traffic source of 1 million followers, or I have a distributed network of 50 people that all have 100,000 followers, then, I can make noise, and people buy that because they know that that's where the eyeballs are, and that's the new billboard.
Yeah, that's crazy. That blows my mind and you're right, like I see a lot of things on Instagram and you're like, dude, that's not even right. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, what do you think about this? I was like, that's terrible. Or I send you emails like, hey, what's this person saying about marketing? I'm like, trash, throw it away. Right?
Yeah.
And like that's And that's, people will sell you anything nowadays, right?
Right.
And it's always been that, but now it's just like easier to sell trash than anything else.
Yeah.
And it's scary at the same time.
It is scary, man. You got a lot of people here renting cars and renting houses and telling you they're rich and faking screenshots and stuff. And that's why all of our marketing campaigns actually call that out and show you our offices and show you, like, there's this software where, like, you can only, it's like winning a gold record, right? Like, you can only get rewarded if you reach that thing. Like, we got like a dozen of those, and then you get like a platinum one if you hit 10 million. We got one of those. And I'm like, listen, you can't fake this. I can fake the cars, even though I have a bunch of them. You can see them all here. I can show you the plaques. You can't fake the office. I can't fake the payroll. These are all people that work here, bro. You know, I always tell people, because I jump on podcasts a lot, and people are like, you know, what is something that you would ask somebody if you were interviewing them as like a role of like a marketing company or a coach? And like, yeah, what do you do besides coach coaches that actually taught you how to do this? And how many employees do you have? Because if you're like, oh, I do this, and oh, I'm pretty lean, you're broke. You're doing and you're doing this.
You're full of it.
You're bullshitting, and you're not really, like, how can you teach me to support me when you're not doing this every day? You know, and that meeting that we had, the first thing I said, I was like, listen, I'm not here to give you ideas. Like, I run companies that I own that make multiple millions of dollars. Like, this isn't like theory. I also have a service division that's implementing all of our actual stuff inside of this. So this isn't a guessing game, bro. Like, I'm coming with data, you know?
And that's what blew their mind. Like, this is real. This is what I do. I have a absurd amount of payroll every month.
Yeah.
And I do this for a living, not only for this, but for every single one of my companies.
Yeah.
And that's I feel like a lot of people or new entrepreneurs, they have no idea of what they're getting in, because they're like, oh, I just want to make more money and I want to be the owner of my time. But no, what reality is that you become a slave.
People don't understand what money does. People think that, you know, everyone wants to be an entrepreneur because, quote unquote, they're going to make the most amount of money. That is a false statement.
You're the last one to get paid, if you ever get paid.
You're the last person to get paid if you actually care about your business. And if you're not the last person to get paid, you're probably not going to have a business for a long time. It takes a while to be able to start being like, all right, I got this. Yeah. You know, like, I'm taking a check and I'm taking a distribution or whatever the case, right? Like, it's not day one. And if it is, it's not going to last long if you keep doing that, bro.
Yeah, you're going to bleed big.
But people want to just make more money. And then if you really break it down, you're like, well, what do you want? Well, I want to make more money. For what? Have more money. Like, you don't even know what you want. You don't even know what you're trying to achieve. And it's like, well, what if I give you more money? Oh, that's just what I want. You don't even know what
you don't even know what to do with money.
Really want. No one ever says, I just want more time, dude. No one says
there
that.
It is.
And that's what you want. What money creates is time, opportunity, and memories.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, like, availability, which is, again, time. You know, like, oh, I can do this, save time. I can do this, speed this up. I can do these things. No one wants the time. They all just want to make more money. But they also don't know what they want money for. You know, like, I know what I want money for. You know, besides random stuff, because it passes its time.
Yeah,
it passes its time. You're like, I don't. You know, if I made 10 times more money than what I make now, I wouldn't do anything different. I would just have more money. You know what I mean? Like, it's not as important as making an impact and changing. Like, if I made more money, I would distribute it to my guys. That's what I would do. I wouldn't, you know. And people don't know what they want. So before they start trying to be entrepreneurs, they should try to figure out who they are.
Dude, that is so clear. So before this podcast even started, we were talking about purpose. How having a purpose and having a clear vision of what you want gets you to a goal, because basically you're running a race towards the finish line. Without purpose or without your vision clear, where the hell are you going?
You know, I didn't have purpose when I had that other business, and I didn't have purpose, honestly, until recently. Not like today, but, you know, recently, like a few years ago, is when I was like, this means something to me. I want to do this. And then that blew up my business. And I know that sounds cheesy, and it's not accurately, you know, something I can analytically break down. It's like, I have purpose, and so my business exploded. But I have purpose, and so my culture is real. And my culture creates my business as well, you know. And because of my purpose, the culture that we have in the office is a certain type of way, which breeds growth inside of the businesses that we have. And so it does help a lot to actually have a purpose, because if I just ran a business, for me to make more money, for me it would be I wouldn't have a team, and I would be pretty empty inside. I would probably be really, really empty inside because I'm driven through, like, I have to have, like, extreme style level goals. If not, I'm just not motivated.
Agreed. I mean, goals are what, for me, is what wakes me up every day. Mm-hmm. And you know who else says that too is PK. You know, that dude's like, why? What's going to make you different? What are you going to do today that your competitor isn't? Mm-hmm. Are you waking up at 5 just to get your workout in because you know you're too busy to do it later on? Or are you eating clean? Or are you doing this? I mean, it's all goal related.
It's everything I was telling you today. I was like, hey, dude, I want to quit drinking. I don't do it that much, but when I do it,
I go ham.
I go ham, and like,
I was like, oh, I relate.
it's just not part of, like, my purpose right now. Like, it seems irrelevant to my goals. It seems irrelevant to everything I'm trying to become as a human. So, and I know that once I do that, I hit another 3, 4, 5 points, right? And it's just trying to hit that max
capacity
100.
of running.
I call it max 90 because I don't think anyone can truly be 100. That's no, Phoenix level
I get
shit.
it.
You know,
the Phoenix, Roddy's beard. No, man, but this whole concept of clarity is what I call it. Like, dude, it's over. Like, the bucket, you know, we live and die by 4 buckets. Mm-hmm. If you're not in it, get out.
Yeah.
I don't have time for you. Time is the only real currency we have in life, right? That matters, because money, people like you, me, everybody else that really is driven will get it.
Yeah.
Right? And we can make it, we lose it, we make it, whatever it is. But reality is, it's just clarity of where you want to be. What do you want to be? How do you want to affect?
Yeah.
What is the impact you want to make? And you were asked a question, and I was on a phone call with it, and you were asked why you want to help people. And you're like, dude, it's not about me. And let's take away the people we're going to help. But I want my daughters to talk about their dad with a full heart and say, hey, my dad loved doing this. Yeah. And that's what drives us, man. And so, you know, and I was calling you the other day, you know, I'm going to make a completely honest I called you. I said, hey, man, I need to talk to you. We got this, and this we got to talk about. He's like, hey, dude, I get it, but I promised my daughter's daddy day. Yeah. Right? Call me tomorrow. Yeah. And that's it. And that's not a lot of people do that. Yeah. Or have the opportunity to do it today, or don't put it on a priority. For you, it's family, you know, helping, and I love that. So
yeah, my girls are a heavy priority for me. I want to be the kind of dude. I always have this. I don't know why. I guess I'm kind of morbid, but I always have this idea of dying, and I want to be the kind of, you know, like, I grew up, and I was a piece of shit. Like, just being real, right? Like, I wasn't a bad guy. Like, wasn't like fighting people or whatever. But, like, you know, I did drugs. I did bad stuff. I, like, stayed out all night. I did negative things that I don't want my kids to do, right? so I'm like, how the hell do I become an amazing human? But, you know, so they can be so they can be like, this motherfucker's amazing. Right. And so one of the things I think of is, like, you know, I want to be the kind of person that when I die, people walk up to my daughters and just shake their hand and be like, dude, that guy impacted my life more than you will ever know. Like 10, 12, 15, 20, 30 people, like, your dad physically changed my family tree. Like, I want to be that kind of motherfucker. And to do that, you have to be a big level thinker, and you have to do a lot of stuff for a lot of people. So you got to make money, but money is just a byproduct of the bigness of the things that you need to create to achieve that, you know?
I think that's where it's at, man. It's just, how do we become, because I think we all want to be part of something that's bigger than us. Right. Belong. Because we all, like you said it, I want to be alone. We've all had that time. Dude, in rehab, like we met one time 2 years ago, I think, visiting Ken at the W, or was it? You took your girls, it was fun. And then I saw you in Coachella. I was, 4 months sober?
Oh, that's when we went to live. Yeah. Not live, but we were staying, me and Ken did a family trip, and you came down for one of the days. Yeah, we were at Fontainebleau.
The Fontainebleau. Yeah. So I met you there, no tattoos then.
Yeah, I was a child. Embarrassed.
I was embarrassed. I was a tatted guy then.
Yeah, a better man. But I'm catching up.
No, you definitely, I think you passed me already.
Yeah, I got this one coming.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if you're going to catch up to me. But reality is, dude, it's all about the opportunities. Who do we come? And not, dude, you saw me in Coachella. I was, 5 months sober at that time? Yeah. And I was like, dude, what are you doing? And I was like, dude, I lost my shit. With all the success, I lost my shit. And he's like, dude, glad you're here.
Mm-hmm.
How you doing? You all right? I'm like, yeah, I'm good. And in all the chaos off of Coachella, you asked me twice during the whole, hey, dude, you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. That, to me, meant a lot. You're like, oh, shit, he actually cares if I'm uncomfortable or not.
Yeah.
And then we all left together. Now, here's the cool thing, right? I thought going to Coachella with 3 super cool couples that I was going to drag my wife out because she was pregnant, whatever. We're like, hey, babe, I'm feeling a little off. Feeling a little weird. Let's just go home. And I made a clear point to Ken. I'm like, hey, dude, if I get uncomfortable, can I just leave? Is it cool? He's like, yeah, dude, it's the simplest thing, and it was super cool. But at any point in time that weekend, if the girls were tired or whatever, if one of us wanted to leave, we all left.
Yeah.
At all time. It was like, hey, we're going here. All right, let's go.
Yeah.
It was cool, and that meant a lot. So you could tell that you're empathetic, but not only that, it's like you really care.
Yeah.
So it's cool shit. And I think that's what everybody, not only on the come up, but people I try to surround myself with is key, right? I might like laughing, we josh a lot with a whole bunch of people, but reality, it's all about love and how do we make people better.
Yeah.
And you're always giving advice, we mess with Roddy a lot, but he's one of us.
Yeah.
Full blown.
Yeah.
And it's cool, and big things are coming. SVG's blowing up too, so that's huge.
Yeah.
Taking over South Florida pretty soon.
Yeah, man. It's your help.
Nah, dude, we're just doing it together. But that's it. We band together, and that's what I'm super grateful for you to being a huge part of Recovery Through Repetition.
I'm super excited about that, man. I think it'll help a lot because I resonate aggressively with addicts because I'm addicted to everything. Yeah. So I totally understand the mindset.
Yeah, that's super. And dude, I can't wait till people find out about RPS and what we're going to do with that. That's going to be insane.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, again, if you want to, please follow Los at
Los Hustle on Instagram. That is all you need to do. You don't need to go to any other social platforms because we will take you through Instagram.
They will grab you.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, man, it was a pleasure having you, man. And
this was awesome.
I love you, brother.
I feel like I didn't get to do too many jokes, but just follow me on Instagram and you'll see funny things.
Funny things all the time.
But thanks for having me, bro. Love you, man.